Poppins.
You're on.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Bang, bang, bang.
Wow.
Sorry, that's from the movie.
Good evening,
Wow.
everybody. Welcome
No.
to another episode of this is. I feel like we're getting close to Critical Role because that's what happens in Critical
Yeah.
every time at the start. Everybody's talking and laughing. It's perfect. So we're here. Good evening. Welcome to Stout and Sturdy, a D&D podcast for the Asylum channel. Welcome everybody this evening. We have a full house, which is nice. We were expecting a few absentees, but everybody's managed to make it this week. So first of all, I don't think we have any particular notes that we need to go through. So we are going to be continuing on with the adventure that we started last week. The team met, found some signs up around Neverwinter offering a job. While they were looking, they met up with Gundren Rockseeker, just trying to remember his name, and in the process of discussing the job and taking on, he remarked how his bodyguard Sildren had gone missing in search of like a goblin camp or something. He wasn't quite sure. He just knows that he left town in search of something. So before he could set you out on your way with the wagon, he needs to go to Phandelver first. And to do that, he needs his bodyguard. So he sent you out to go and find this Sildwen. I think that's his name. I'm forgetting it now. I had it written down somewhere. And I'll remember it by the time you get to him. So he was in search for him when coming upon this camp, just about half an hour to an hour's distance away from Neverwinter, the southern end of Neverwinter. It was just off the edge of the road. There was kind of like break in the brushes and things. You come through there and found a quite well-made camp that looks like it's been there for some time, rather than a thrown-up camp. As you approached, you noticed there was a few guard towers scattered about and a few bandits gathered up. The last time we left it, the group managed to take out all the bandits that they've seen so far visually, and they're left at the moment having just finished downing everything that they can see, and they're just to the side of the camp where the horses are. There's still a little bit more of the camp to explore. And so I'll pass it over to you.
Sildor Howland.
I wrote it down.
I did somewhere. I don't know what's happened to my notes. Sildar Hallway.
It's from the position I am. If I had to move down, would I be able to get up that watchtower, or do I have to go all the way around to be able to have access to that watchtower?
You would have to get round to where there's a ladder on it.
Ah, darn it.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
where you
the
are. Yeah, it's getting in from the other side of the camp.
Okay. Well, I could... if I don't use the ladder, could I try and climb up the thing?
You can attempt to climb it, yeah?
It's my imagination, or did they have roofs last time? The watchtowers.
No.
No.
Okay,
They're
sorry.
open platforms.
Okay, now it's safer. The one watchtower that's on the left-hand side. I'm going to try and climb that one so that I can get a bird's eye view of this grayed out area.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
So are you going to go around to the ladder, or are you going to just try and climb up it from where?
No, I'm going to go to the one on the left here, the closest to the horses. So I'll use the ladder.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll use the ladder for that one. Can I just pick up my character, or is he locked?
I think he's locked.
Ooh.
I don't need to do that.
Move the rock. That's a good idea.
I've got a rock.
Yeah.
They say faith can move mountains.
Bryn falls over by the tremors of the earthquake.
So you want to just climb up here?
Yeah, perfect. So that I can just have a bird's eye view of the grayed out area.
Okay.
Are
What's
you in
everybody
fact a
else doing?
bird?
Huh?
My character does look like a bird.
What's everybody else doing? So you're just going to...
Me, I want to move over.
Baron
Looking
seems
for
to
the
have just
table.
charged straight in
It's
anyway.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, just goes straight up.
I
You
wanna have a
fellows, it's
look.
fine. What are you all afraid of? Someone calm the horses, please.
Can I have a look at the gap between the fence?
Just confidently marched my way to the table. No fear.
Aha.
Not really stride, more of a slight limp because I do have a bit of a limp. But you know,
Who's
we're
playing
hiding.
with the
Them.
dead archer? Oh, it's not a dead archer.
I'm trying to get up there as well, but I'm not having much luck. I'm kind of like falling all over the place.
Right, just, look,
Wow.
let me move the characters. You guys just tell me where you... Like I said, just use the ruler tool and tell me where you want to go.
Okay, cool.
Because otherwise it's just going to get messy if you all just keep playing around and chucking your characters everywhere. So
Yeah.
I need to know what you're all doing.
Should we roll initiative so we'll go one at a time, not everybody's pinging the map at the same time?
Well, it's supposed to be... At the moment, you're not in combat, so there shouldn't necessarily be initiative. But
I want to move to this space in between the fence here,
okay, so you move up towards the
so
fence.
I can have a look through the gap.
Yeah, you might be able to pass through the gap.
Have a
When
look
did
there.
Tempest die?
I love it. The one guy's upside down.
The guy in the back, is he not supposed to still be on the tower? I can't remember shooting at him.
He
That
was
was me.
supposed to be up.
Madness has gone straight for the treasure.
I've gone straight to have a look at what the scrolls and whatever's on here and have a look around, see what's here.
Problem is
Yes,
there's
he was
archer
actually
on the
supposed to be
tower.
up. Yeah. Right.
Oh.
God, that's
I
pretty-
Oh, who was that?
Do anything? I didn't do anything. Undo.
Right.
They pick up there.
Table looks messed up now.
I just see white.
Me too.
It's loading. It's loading.
It is.
It was loading. It's delayed or something.
It's loading. It's loading again. It's loading.
Right, try now, it should be alright.
Is it back to where we were?
I think it's removed all the camera saves though.
Probably.
Oh no, shift one is it? Oh no, it's kept it.
Right, let me just put him back up there.
Oh no, mine said loading complete, but the table just went white.
Just curious.
It just
Give it
takes
a
a
second.
while.
Give it a sec. If it doesn't work, then go out and come back. It says you've got like a really high ping, so it's probably still loading for you.
There we go.
Right, okay, so like I said, from now on, if you just don't touch the display or anything, it's there as a visual representation. You tell me where you want to go. You use the ruler tool only. Just point to where you want to go, and then we'll move it. Okay, so use this way because, like I said, that's the downside to this. It's very fragile. So. Is everybody loaded or is it still loaded?
Yep, I'm perfect.
Okay. Right. So Madness, not Madness. Sorry, try and remember if it was named Baron. You just decided to walk across to the table.
Yeah.
As you do so, you oblivious to the one archer that's in the tower to the north of you. So he's going to take a shot at you. But before that happens, so Drake, you climbed the tower along with Artex. Josephina, you've gone to the gap in the fence. Bryn, what did you like to do?
I'm basically following Josephina, taking
Okay,
cover
Bruce.
behind that fence, checking out the
Bryn.
tents.
I'd like to go right there, use the fence as a cover, and look
Looks like I'm
look into the
drinking
camp.
from a horse's
look
trough.
around the side.
Okay, hang on 1 second because his join seems to have vanished.
Ooh, 2 people in the cage.
Okay, so as you guys approach the fence, well, say you've done that before Baron decided to cross the thing because you're a bit closer. You peek through these wooden fences that have been made up, As you see through the fence, you see that there's a number of tents, red tents, already set out in an organized position. There's like a few fireplaces sitting there on low embers, just sort of crackling in the afternoon, sort of night light. So they're not very high, they're just sort of roaring a bit slow. You notice that the smoke's sort of coming off of them. To the left-hand side or to the west of the camp, you notice a big cage with two figures inside it, and in front of that is a bloke with a shield, another bandit standing there dressed in full studded leather armor. At the moment he's currently holding like a shield and a big mace, and he's just kind of looking around wary because he's heard shouts and noises from the rest of the camp. He's on edge, guarding this cage at the moment. So, Baron, as you storm across the open field towards the table, the archer at the top of the tower takes a shot at you. So he's going to...
Okay.
11 plus 1 second. Hit with a crossbow plus 3, so that's 14.
Armor 9, so yeah, hits.
Okay, hits, and damage is 1d6. No, 1d8. It does 2 points of damage.
Okay. Which one's the? Is it the first one? Is my health, right? 8 points. I wish there was a name I could just label on top.
You
of
can
this.
put a name on it.
Oh, I can. Yeah, that would be
Hang on.
really helpful.
Do the top
if you
one
could set
for
a
you.
name.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be great.
All right. Second one, what's that? Your armor class?
Armor, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool. AC, AP. Oh, thank you. That's great. So yeah, 2 points. Yeah.
The bottom one I'll just put as temp hit points for it.
It won't minus. Sorry, for some reason I don't think I'm locked out.
Okay, give me 1 second. Permissions. So as I should have said at the start of this is still us learning. So we're getting there as well with that. Okay, it should work for you now.
Thank you.
Okay, so as you're walking across, you just out of nowhere this arrow just goes you in the shoulder, and you just feel it sort of sink into the muscles, and like you kind of like try and pull it out. You hobble a little bit further towards the table, and now I'm going to need you all to roll initiative, please, because you're locked in combat.
Okay. Initiative.
Initiative is plus 4.
Initiative.
12.
16.
That's altogether
I got minus 1 on
1,
it.
2, 3, 4, 16 altogether.
And then get a new
Add
dice.
something.
You should have you might have, if you got an initiative modifier, you had that.
It's gonna be a
So yours
7.
is plus 2, so what have you got?
18.
Okay, so let me go around for everybody because it's easier to do it this way. So Bryn,
That's gonna be a 7. 2 plus 5.
Bryn, what did you get?
1 second, please.
Okay, Kane, what did you get?
I got
16 altogether.
I got a 19
16.
together.
Okay, Bryn got 19. Kane, you're green. You got what, sorry?
16.
16. Artex,
12.
12. Almost the same as last time. Baron,
I got a 5 minus 1.
that's
4.
last
How
time.
come it's so
Better than
low?
last time.
I got 2 last time.
Who am I missing now? Rithis, oh no, Rithis not in it. Josephina, you got what? Sorry, 18. Okay.
Right. I need to just go through these
And
dice.
Brune, what did you get, Brune? Sorry?
2 plus 5, 7.
2 heavy hitters there. Okay, cool. I got okay, so first up on the round then is Bryn with 19. What would you like to do?
Well, you got my position right. I'd like to look around that fence and see if I see what I see from the map. Then I'd like to take my short bow and shoot Bob.
You don't know his name, but
Bob.
I was just identifying him for you.
yeah, you can see. I'd say he's in half cover, maybe from there.
Yeah, it looks like we both are.
So you can hit him, but he's in half cover. Yeah.
Ooh, I got a sick idea.
I won't get any kind of sneak attack from that, will I?
No, because he's aware.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to check and see.
Brune. Is that Brune is Brune?
Why not? This is for fun. Let's just do
You want
it.
me to go ahead and roll, Miz?
Yes, please.
Could you throw me some dice on the yellow place? Please?
Dice on the.
Yellow.
I had HC 14. I rolled an 8 plus 6.
Bob.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's gonna fall in the middle of the table now.
We could just set fire to that tower.
That's a good idea. It burns, it
I'll
burns.
just do this for now, Rithus.
We could just kill Bob.
Hang on. There you go.
Cool. Thank you.
Fell off the table somewhere.
I picked him up.
Sorry, what was that you rolled? Bryn?
I got a total of 14.
Total of 14.
I rolled an 8 with a plus 6.
You're against Bob. He's got. That's a miss.
Shucks.
So you just hear as this crossbow goes and hits the log and sort of splinters and takes a big chip of the log out of the way. And the person in front of the cage kind of turns around and goes, "Alright, back away now! Leave them alone. These are mine and you're not having them." Next up is Josephina.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna squeeze between the fence and just move to just behind this tent.
You're gonna go where?
Just behind the tent and to the left of it, so that I can shoot Bob.
So you're gonna walk around the outside, are you?
No, I'm gonna squeeze through this
No,
little
no,
hole.
you can't squeeze through the little hole. It's
Okay.
a fence, like you can't. You can't.
Why not? I'm quite
Jump
slim.
over.
You could come. You could go
Okay,
around.
I'll go
I'd
around
say.
the edge here then, but I don't need to go all the way to the edge. I don't need to go as far as the tent. And I'll
You
just
block
go...
Bryn up. So it's okay.
Over it will end badly. It's got spikes.
Yeah, in powder, she climbs over. Okay, so you want to go there.
Okay, and I'm gonna shoot Bob with my short bow.
Okay. Remember, people try and think of what you're going to do before it's your turn, so it makes it a little bit smoother.
Is it D20 to hit?
So it's a D20 always to hit. That's not a D20 though. That's a D10.
So, pick my bow up.
Just to roll it twice.
There's a tray there, and you chuck it on the floor.
It's no fun if you
Try
don't do
again.
that. Okay, okay.
What's
15.
what's your to hit?
I'm getting a beer before it's my time.
What are you using? Short bow, +4.
Plus 4. 19 then.
Wow.
Just hits.
Whoa.
Just
Yeah.
hits. What does he have? Adamantium armor?
It's a hit.
Well, he's under half cover. So
Oh,
so as you pull back with the bow, now you're gonna roll for damage. It'd be easy if you took them out of your folder, maybe.
1d6 plus 2. Oh my god. What?
So you kind of, as the arrow flies through, it kind of just grazes off his arm, and you just see like a kind of, it skims basically off his armor. It hits and does a little bit of impact. He kind of shakes his arm off a little bit, brings his shield a bit more round to come and block towards where you are. Takes 3 points of damage.
Nice shot.
And you've done your movement. So
Couldn't make
next
better.
up is Drake. So I'm just trying to remember people's names, so maybe a little bit slow when I call your names out.
Okay, a quick question with the fence there. How high is it? Would a horse be able to jump over it?
No, the fences, they're big. The ones at the front on the other side, a lower fence is about 3 foot-ish. The ones at the back are about 6 to 7 foot.
Okay, so I'm going to climb down the ladder, go to the horse with the saddle. I'm going to mount that horse.
Okay.
Starting to think outside the box already.
Um,
The horse doesn't bolt.
what's your... can you roll a animal handling check?
Oh, bugger. Okay, let me see what my animal handling is. Oh, great. It's a -1. So let's see. Let's see what I get. 12. 12?
now.
12 minus 1 or 12?
No, 12 with the -1. Well, it's staying stationary. Come on.
The DM's gonna have some fun.
He's thinking what to do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how difficult it would be. I mean, they're quite riled up at the moment. You did talk to that one, but I
And
don't
he
know.
said no.
He said he didn't want to be ridden, so yeah. As you go to climb up into the saddle, the horse rears up on its hind legs and kicks and sort of just shakes on you, go flying off of the back of it. Can you do a dexterity save for me, please?
Can you do the sound effects, please?
I don't want to be ridden. Baffle if you doesn't take anybody.
14 altogether.
Okay. So you kind of, as you're falling backwards, you manage to sort of spin in a little somersault and land on your feet, still standing upright.
Ah, you darn blasted little horse. Oh, big horse. Come back here, you bastard.
Okay, so that was the end of your turn for that.
Oh, and I had such a good idea.
It was close. I mean, I did. Yeah, it's only because in the other ones you talked to it and it didn't want to be ridden and it's been thing. So the difficulty was a little bit harder. But
I was going to try and run over the bad guy with the horse.
you can try again next time.
No.
So next up is Blue, which is trying to remember names. Artex.
How many feet is it from me to the guy in the tower over Nyal?
Where are you? And from tower to tower? You're talking 60, 70 feet.
Sweet. I'm gonna do just something
Sorry,
simple.
what's
Just
in
target
range?
them with my longbow and shoot the jinkies out of it if I can.
Yeah, so you got clear sight, so you can hit him with the longbow. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, damn, he was in range of me. I thought he wasn't in range. That's why I didn't shoot him. Okay.
Yeah, they're in range.
19.
19. That definitely hits.
Mm.
Yep. Roll for damage.
Sorry, I was not prepared. 3 plus 4, 7.
Seven, sorry. Is that what you...
Yeah.
Okay,
7.
7 points of damage. Nice, well done.
Lucky shot.
Okay, so as you stand upon the tower, you pull back in your bow, release the arrow, you just see it fly straight and true straight into his stomach as he kind of jumps back a little bit as it goes into his gut. He covers the arrow around and kind of just snaps the end of it off. Next up is the person by the bandit by the cage. His turn. He's going to kind of just turn to face Josephina and Bryn. And he kind of just starts like, "Go now! Leave these two alone, or I'll do them some harm. Leave me be. Just leave now while you can."
Don't do it.
I presume you're all just going to sit there and ignore him then.
Yep.
Oh, don't we have to wait for our turn?
Well, he's shouting towards you. You can hear. You can talk back.
He's not shouting at the tents at all, is he?
Not at the moment. You don't know if there's anyone in the tents or not yet. Okay, so
Well, I'm going to shout back to him. I'm going to say, "Look, you're outnumbered. Let them go, and we'll let you go."
Oh, hell no.
Roll intimidation.
Yeah.
D20 and then add your intimidation.
Ooh, not bad. 17. -1. 16.
16. He kind of shouts back. He goes, "I may be outnumbered, but I've got these in the cage and I'll stab them before you get close to me. Now just leave."
Sorry.
That's not gonna work.
Okay.
Have a little think.
So yeah, basically he's not budging. Next up is the bloke in the tower. He's going to take another shot at Baron in front of him. 9.
No. Oh, I'm 9. So I'm 9. So that's a no, right?
That's a hit. Just.
Oh, motherfucker!
I'm afraid so.
God damn it!
What's that mean? He's dead?
No, well, it depends what he rolls. Depends what he rolls.
2 points of damage.
Oh, I'm starting to bleed. I am bleeding. I am definitely bleeding now. That's for sure. I'm quite bleeding.
The angle he's got, he kind of like shoots the arrow, and it sinks right in your shoulder blade, like from the above, and goes quite deep, like a good inch or so deep into your shoulder blade.
I'm feeling very It's going to be a very heroic move in a second.
Duck under the table.
Next up is Brune. Okay, I want to move.
Okay.
Up to. I'm just trying to figure. I'm up to the fence here. If I can jump over the fence, I can get there with my short legs and 25. But I guess it takes about 5 feet out of my movement to jump or vault that fence, and I might have to roll dexterity for it.
Well,
you're going to have to roll either athletics or athletics to get over.
If a horse can't jump over that, you're going to have to climb over it.
Yeah, which would be half your movement as well if you succeed.
Half my movement. Okay, so I got 25. So that gives, come on.
5, 10. You got about 10 to get to the fence.
Yes.
And that'll get you over it. You could get over it, but you probably couldn't do much else the other side.
I just want a clear shot at him, so I'll rather stand there and shoot between the.
If you stand that side of the fence, you're going to still get. You're not going to be out. Well.
If I jump over it, I have a clear shot.
Yes, if you jump over it, you have a clear shot.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. So can you roll, do athletics to get over the top?
No. What it's half my movement. Acrobatics, you mean? Athletics. Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. D20 with a with a +0.
Athletics.
Come, please jump over the thing. Nope, it's gonna be a 4.
It's gonna be a 4.
As you get to the fence, you kind of jump up. You're only like, what, you 3 foot or something like that? So you kind of jump, and you can't even reach to the top. You kind of do like a, like in the cartoon where they splat against the wall and then slide back down. You kind of do, and then you just see you sliding down these wooden fences as you didn't pick it, and you kind of grab to the end of the.
Charge right through it.
Just for future reference, if I got it right, it would have still used half my movement.
Yes. Because it would have to be a climb, but it's a tricky climb because they're spiked fences. They're not an ordinary fence. If it was something that was easy to climb, I think you can just climb it and it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. I think a climb even uses half your movement. Or, well, no, a climb, sorry, it doubles your. It uses your movement to go up. So, like the height of it. Back down.
Okay. So I'm on the other side. Can I still shoot at the guy or not?
We say you can shoot at him, but I'd say
I'm gonna
it's
have
under
disadvantage.
like 3/4 cover.
Which one?
The one in the tower. You're shooting at the one in the tower, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say about 3/4 cover from there.
It's not as if I can do anything else. I can just
Always
roll.
worth a try.
We can always throw an arrow in that direction. I might throw a 1 and hit a friendly, but
It might hit a horse. You'd be alright.
or a horse. All right, rolling 10. Okay, 18 plus. Does
Your battery is
anything
running
else
low.
come to that? Yeah, +7 for to hit.
Am I not
Gives me
plugged in?
25.
You are?
Is it not plugged in at the back? It is. There you go. Pulled it out. Sorry, what was that?
Was it 18 with a +7, so it gives me 25.
Wow. Really? Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Nice roll.
Okay. Right, give me that. To hit dice. 6 plus 5, 11.
Good job.
Nice chunk of change.
11 points of damage. Wow. Okay. As you recover from falling over, like kind of trying to climb over the fence, you line your bow up, manage to rest your bow arm onto the gap of the fence, and pull back on your arrow. Release it, goes straight through the wooden slats in the fence, and you kind of just see this arrow go from the belly up underneath his armor, straight up through into his chest as he slumps forward and falls down from the tower, dead on the floor.
Nice.
Wow. Good job indeed.
Don't have to bury you just yet, Baron.
Like I said,
Okay,
you could have always just went under the table.
Next up is the person in the cage.
Did you just kill my moment of glory?
I think he did.
I'm just bleeding out here, man. Good job.
Can I
Good
reach
job.
Bob through the cage?
You can attempt to.
I would like to
Where
attempt
are
to
you?
reach Bob through the cage
Okay.
and pull him back into it and hold him.
Do a
Where are you?
grapple. What's grapple? It's
Oh, he's in the cage.
Pass me the blue folder. Is that, would that be a one would be a dex? No, the blue one in the yeah.
You've got folders now. Very nice.
I got folders, books, pamphlets, notepads, freaking everything. I'm just around me.
Nice. Flip the table at Mrs. Home. Just see folders.
Page 195.
Yeah, my strength has a -1. I don't think I should grapple.
Do you think it's strength? Athletics.
Grappling, yeah.
Go for a strength then.
Is it strength or dexterity? Athletics versus acrobatics.
Okay.
5 total.
Oh,
So it was
Wow.
it was a
So
1 plus 4.
as you go to grab him, he kind of like slams your wrist against the cage and just bangs it again, and like almost like breaking your wrist almost. And you kind of just put your hand away.
All
right. Next up is Baron.
So right now, I'm fucking hurting.
It's bleeding out, blood sort of.
So I'm just gonna lean. I'm leaning against the table. There's the lamp. Is that lamp had a flame in it? So I'm just gonna be incredibly badass right now and take the arrows out and then set one on fire and just like trying to cauterize the wounds in my chest where the holes are.
Okay.
Okay, and then I don't have to do anything. I think I'm hoping it's just an action, or do I have to roll anything for that shit? It's just for fun.
No, I think that's it. You probably don't have to do anything.
Role playing, baby.
yeah, this is the a little role playing bit.
I'm role playing it. So I'm doing that. And then let me just see how far, because I can go 30. I can get pretty close, so I can see this guy through the gate, can't I? I can get to within. Eldritch Blast is 120, so I could maneuver myself easily to a position where I can get good eyes.
Even from even from here at the gate, you could probably see him where you come in just a bit to get a better line of sight.
Yeah. So I'm going to kind of. This is going to be like a limp and a drag, but it's going to be one of those.
What's your movement? Sorry.
It does 30. Where's the movement again on my little speed? 30.
Okay, so you can probably just about get into the gate.
Okay. So yeah, so I'm kind of limping and hobbling because I got a limp anyway as it is. But yeah, no, we were kind of like that, and then so I'm just like hanging on to the fence, and then I'm just gonna kind of I'm just gonna literally focus, and then I'm gonna blast him, Eldritch Blast, and try and hit this guy, and send him to hell.
Okay. How far is that?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I had something really nicely planned, but for the guy on top. But yeah, it's all out the window now. Okay, so Eldritch Blast. That is just a roll d20 just to see if I get hit right. Fucking
think...
these dice today. 1. Fuck this.
Oh. You need to be at a halfling.
That's a +3 to hit. I mean, that's 4.
+3, 4.
Buy new dice.
Natural 1, you kind of just set yourself as you go.
I'm bleeding out. Is all I'm saying.
Kind of just and blows up in your face. Like the damage, the damage and the injury that you've taken from the 2 arrows has kind of put you off balance, and as you go to release this Eldritch Blast, it kind of just shoots up, and you go to grasp your face at the same time. You kind of just shoot yourself in the face, but then it dissipates over your face.
Yeah. So I'm going to I can't do anything now. Really, I'm just going to slump down. onto
Gadget.
Lean against the post.
Frosty.
Slump down onto the post for now. That's what I'm going to have to do because I'm hurting.
Okay. Next up is Bryn.
Well, it worked so well last time. I think I'll take another shot at him.
Okay.
Where are you?
Josephina's kind of in your line of sight now, though.
There you are.
Oh, is she?
She nicely decided to stand in front of you.
Oh, Bryn looks like a ninja.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's true. I'll lean out enough that I can get a clear shot to it.
Okay.
Just scream at a duck.
Ooh. 15, one more than last time.
15, and he's in half cover. Say nope, that misses, I'm afraid. So once again, you pull back. You're kind of leaning, trying to miss Josephina, who's standing in front of you, and as you do so, you not really leaning at an optimum position. You release the bolt, it flies through, bang, hits the wood You see another blast of wood chip up, though the force of the actual bolt hitting it. The logs kind of spill over a little bit as they've slumped down from the stack that they were there. Next up is, do you want to move anywhere, or is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I will move. I'd like to move on over to the left next to the rock pile.
Okay. So, round about here somewhere?
Right there. Yeah, perfect.
On the rock pile, but there
If I can get up there, that's fine, but
you go. Yeah.
I should have plenty of movement.
Yeah.
I'm too far away. Damn it.
Okay. So next up is Josephina, please.
I'm just thinking about climbing up this guard tower. If I climb up, will that be the end of my move?
It'll be end of your movement. How tall are these? Are we saying?
Or will I be able to move up there and shoot him?
So about 12. Yeah, you'll be able to shoot him from up there.
Okay, I'm gonna run up this ladder and climb up to the top of the guard tower.
Okay.
Get a good view of him.
So you're going to run around and climb up to. Whoops.
To the top of the.
Has this little halfling's tactical improvement?
What the heck? What the heck happened there? Ah, damn it. Who did that?
Not me.
I think I accidentally did.
It's free.
Instead of right click, I hit left click. I'm sorry.
Oops. Wow.
Okay.
Fatality.
You're done. Okay,
See
so you're
little
going to go
vein-
to the top of this tower.
It's a little vein on his head.
It's all good. It's all good. When did you were there? Oh, there you go. Okay, so you're on top of the tower. What are you going to do?
Let me just get the camera. So, I'm gonna pull my bow back and take another arrow and shoot this.
Okay, roll a
Shoot
d20
this.
to hit. So I'd say from there he's in the no cover.
Is he what?
Not undercover from there because you've got an advantage.
Oh, I'm looking for some 13 plus
I think it's 4,
2.
isn't it? 13 plus 2 for your short bow.
That's the hit, isn't it?
Yeah, but isn't yours? I thought yours was plus 4. Is your short bow only
I
2?
thought it was just
No, short bow. Plus 4.
plus 4.
Plus 4.
And 17. Yeah, that hits.
That hits. That's
Yeah.
good.
Nice.
4.
5 points of damage. Okay.
Those are great.
6 points of damage, isn't it?
What have you got?
4.
Plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay. 6 points of damage.
Aha.
Okay. And that's the end of your turn. So the arrow comes down. He goes to bring up the shield to kind of block it. And as he does so, the arrow kind of glances off of the shield and digs into his arm. And you see it just like stick through, goes all the way through from one side out the other. And he kind of sticking there with this arrow now sticking out of his arm.
And I shout to him, "No, do you give up?
Surrender!
Surrender or die."
Okay, he kind of
Just a spluttering. spluttering arrow.
he kind of just doing it. Oh God! Damn it! Snaps the arrow off and goes. "Told you, leave it. I'm gonna cut one of their throats if you don't stop now." Next up is Green. That's Drake.
Okay. Since I'm so far away, it's going to take lots. So I'm going to have to use a dash action. I'm trying to get to these rocks over here. Can you see the line?
Okay. So you can walk through that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 2.
My movement's only 25, but that's why I'm...
Say you can get to 50, so you can probably get just in front of the rocks. So you
Okay.
can probably get to about here.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to dash there because I need to get on those rocks.
Okay. You sort of run across, fall into the graveyard of everybody. There you go.
Taking some cover behind those logs at the moment.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yes, I see you, and no, I don't care.
Why can't I select this character now?
Because I got another idea. Don't know if it's going to work, but gonna damn well try it.
Ooh, what happened there?
That's me that time.
Volcano, run for your life!
Are we not locking everything down?
I did, but the problem is like people moving the characters, so I have to lock the characters down sometimes. And then if I try to unlock the characters, sometimes things get in the way. There we go.
Okay.
And I can't, for some reason, it won't let me select Dez's thing anymore. Oh, there we go. That's what I was trying to do because he's kind of broken.
Yeah, his little disc thingy went.
His base is now broken
He's
on him.
flying.
It's a makeshift shield.
We joked about it the other day, but now it's doing it. There we go. I'll do. Just he's standing up. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the end of your turn. Next up is
The
who
rock
are we
wasn't
on?
live.
Blue. That's Artex. Your turn.
I'm probably gonna have to get down there. I'm gonna take a move and I'm gonna see how far I can get as close to this fellow as possible.
Okay.
Oh wait, if you move the rock so far away, now my entire idea will be pointless.
Oh, it's closer. Well, I'll sort it in a minute. So where? Oh, you're up there. So it's going to take, say, 10 to get down. Are you dashing or just moving? 10,
Dashing
15,
sounds
20,
good.
25, 30. Where did you want to
Dashing
get to
through
again?
the
Sorry. Where did you want to go to? Sorry. Can you click again?
Over now.
Yeah, you're not going to make it that far. So getting down there, if you dashed, let's just say you would down
Or-
to there, it's going to be like 10,
Anywhere I can get within visual range and still have a shot to this fellow,
10,
if it's possible.
Front gate?
50. Yeah, you're probably better off going to the front gate, maybe. 20,
You can shoot over the slump madness.
So like over now.
You're still probably not going to make it there.
Just don't hit me, please.
Does he not
Well,
have a
you're
You won't be
slumped
able to
out,
shoot
that's
after,
fine.
you can't shoot after a dash anyway. I'll say you can make it to the front, but you won't be able to shoot.
Okay, that's cool. To the front sounds good.
Okay, so I'll bring you down to the front of there, just kind of
I will-
leaning on the edge of
Wow.
Baron.
Arctic started to look
Besides-
cool.
Besides, I'm there in case you get like murderized. I can heal you. So
So next up is the person in front of the cage's turn. He's going to
Bob.
run back behind the cage.
Oh, damn it. There goes my plane.
And he's going to get a dagger out and put it and just sort of thrust it into the cage, holding them prisoner more. That's going to be the end of his turn.
So
Does he
Next
have
up
somebody around the
is-
neck or just?
At the moment, he's just kind of sticking it in there because they've got a bit of movement in there. They can kind of move towards out the way.
Prisoners, go to the other side.
Next up is the Rithius, your turn.
damn it.
I'm gonna grab this dagger or wrist that's sticking into my cage.
Okay.
Your cage.
Do a strength check again. Or you can pick what you want, strength or dexterity.
I can just yell around. I got a dagger. I got a dagger.
I'm gonna choose strength.
Okay.
Where did it move?
He's not sticking his arm in, he's sticking the blade in. Like holding it towards him, isn't quite stuck his arm.
That's fine.
No, I know Des is saying sticking his arm in, I'm just saying it's not.
10 total.
10
6 and
total.
4.
Okay, I'd say you've grabbed the blade You can't grab his hand because it's not in there, but he's sticking the blade through, so you grab the hold of the blade.
That's good. I just want to
So
hold
it's
him
kind
so
of
he
like-
can't move.
Well, yeah, holding onto the blade. He's kind of like trying to wrestle with you, holding it back. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do a roll of 3, so yeah, it definitely worked. Okay, so at the moment he's kind of grappled unless he chooses to let go of the sword. Next up is Brune.
Okay. Firstly, I stroke my little short bow envy and say, even if some people did not appreciate your deft killingness, I did, so don't worry about that. And then I'm not going to get myself be defeated by a little fence. I will be trying to get over this thing again.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go straight to go over the fence with absolutely no modifiers.
Over the
Okay.
fence,
Sorry,
past the,
halfling.
over the fence, past the tents. Look out, Bob.
Oh,
Here it
yes,
comes.
Oh,
baby.
nice.
Well, at least
18. Okay.
it's 18 plus 0.
Okay, so
Athletics.
you see this little
Yes,
halfling
but-
sort of like put his bow on his back and jump as high as he can. Manages to somehow grab a handhold on these spiked sticks and pull himself up, and then he kind of rolls over the top and lands on the other side of the of the fence.
Strike a pose.
Do I have a little bit of movement left? If I do, I'd like.
Yes,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
about 10,
Don't
12
touch the
movement
wrong
left.
thing. Just move in that direction.
Okay, so I'll say you're just about there.
I won't have a shot, but I will be
Bless you.
halfling intimidating for his next decision.
Okay.
Okay, that's my roll then. If he comes into sight, I'll take a shot at him.
Okay, that sounds good. So you ready that action. So if he comes around the cage, you shoot. Next up is Baron.
Okay, so what am I facing with here? What am I have a look in? Let's have a look. We got one guy hiding behind, have we?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I can cast an illusion where I am. I'm trying to get him, scare him out, or distract him or something. Can I cast an illusion of myself wounded behind him? As if I'm kind of like that.
Using what spell?
It's a catlock. It's cast any illusion. Hang on, let me just get it. Got it here.
Minor illusion, yeah.
Yeah. Minor illusion, so I can cast it. So I'm just gonna try and just gonna cast.
You can create an image of an object such as a chair.
Okay, chair,
But it can't. It's nothing larger than a 5-foot cube.
Oh, so I can't choose anything. Oh, because I can choose a sound though, couldn't I?
Or you can do a sound, yeah.
Do a snake. Do a snake.
Caw-caw!
Cuckoo. Okay.
That's not a snake.
That sounds gonna sound exactly right.
I think we have established that caca, and tuki does not work.
5 foot.
My favorite.
Tuki. You are so beautiful.
That's not the sound you're gonna make.
It's not the sound we're gonna
What
make.
the fuck is that? Someone just starts singing in his ear. What the?
Take it away, Bard.
Rub some funk on it.
No, let's not do that. Let's not get into it. I love that we've all seen the same thing. We're a bunch of nerds. If a creature uses action to examine itself. Okay, so okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a sound. How? What's my range? Hang on first. I've got to see. It's 30 feet. Ooh.
Behind you.
So you're about
This is
halfway
fucking-
through the cap to do that at 30 feet, or you can move and then do it.
Yeah. I don't want him to. He can't see me, really, can he?
Well, he's behind the cage at the moment, so he's currently grappled with the person that's in the cage.
He's grappled.
Well, he's
Just hold his-
semi-grappled because he's got a sword in the cage, and the person in it's grabbed hold of it, and he's behind the cage, sort of locked in a tug of war almost with the sword, trying to get it back out.
He's not the. Sorry, I'm just trying my mind. He's not the captain of this whole scenario, is he?
You don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know who's potentially the captain. Fuck. Okay, I'm just going to maneuver myself. Oh god, is there anywhere I can see him reasonably clearly? Just try and crawling across the floor to try and see him.
If you got right up against these tents, I would say you can probably see him in half cover, maybe. Just.
Yeah, go on. Let's do it. Let's do that. Yeah, because I can't think of anything, and my plan's been scuppered because of the 5 feet thing, and I need to think about it, and we don't waste any more time. Yeah, let's roll. Do I have a disadvantage on this?
No, you don't have a disadvantage. He just has cover for his armor class when you roll to hit.
Okay. All right. Okay. Try again. 14 plus 3, 17.
Just hits.
Woohoo! Sweet. 1d10.
What was you casting? Sorry.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Can you roll for damage?
Yeah. 1d10. I'm just getting the right one, which I think is this one. 9.
Okay, 9 points of damage. Nice.
Even wounded, bleeding, hanging against it, managed to do like full on focused attack. My
Good
Eldritch
job.
Blast.
Okay, so as he stands there, your Eldritch Blast, you cast a black energy comes from out your hands as you thrust it forwards. It kind of just misses past the bars of the cage in front of you, and it shatters over the top of him. It goes over his shield, passes through him, and you just see its energy sort of burn into his face as he screams in pain. Okay, and that's the end of your turn. We're back up to the top with Bryn. Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think I was like 4 squares further toward the cage, up against that rock.
No, the rock was meant to be.
Yeah.
The rock was meant to be 4 squares closer.
And rotated a bit, probably.
Yeah.
Right there's where I thought I'd be, something like that.
He was
Where
actually
you
a
were
bit.
before.
Yeah, he was actually a bit closer to the cage.
There's a landscaping while we're at it. Okay.
Did that landscape make noise?
Ooh, my
It
character
was Keel.
Oh, okay.
What?
It was weird. It happened at the same time you moved that rock. I'm like, oh, wow.
Good timing.
Damn thing won't go in the right direction I want it to go.
Have we even hit this bloke?
Is that about right there? Yeah. Baron just hit him. Okay, so you think what you're I can't select your freaking character now.
Oh, because it's come off his
Right
little
there.
stand.
Either one of those squares is where I thought I'd be.
Let's see if that works a bit better.
That's just scary. I'm already lying down. I'm taking a nap.
Vader.
Bryn has been possessed already.
Flying around.
I cast Earthen Shield,
Fixing him. There you go.
but he's too young to be fixed.
Okay.
I feel like I'm fixing to get a spanking. I'm on top of the woodpile.
I feel like with this Eldritch Blast, I should be doing like Yucca every time I do it. Two hands.
Hadouken. Yeah. So
Is that what it is? Hadouken. I can never
Hadouken.
remember what they did.
Okay.
Hadouken.
What do you want to do?
Well, I kind of like to do a, let's see. I like to do a dash and kind of an acrobatic maneuver.
Dash takes your whole action though.
Yeah, you just, I'll show you with my, you can see my hand, can't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of want to go this route through here, swing around the tree and kind of get in position.
Okay.
I think that's all I could do that round because I think it would take a dash and an acrobatic check or something like that.
20, 25, 30. Yeah, I'd say it's probably take a dash to get there.
Damn. That takes out my action.
I didn't mean to be a pain, but that's why I wanted to be where I thought I was before. So otherwise, I've been even out of position even with a dash.
I can't. It's a freaking character. I don't know what's the matter.
Zoom in.
I am.
Oh God.
I'm so good
Grab
at
his
stealth.
bit
I
of
have
help.
become part of the
I just
landscape.
keep selecting the freaking rock.
Just get rid of the rock.
Go for the tree.
I am a rock. I am a rock.
Go for the tree.
Look in the hard place and you will find me.
In betwixt.
I say that to my missus.
So while you're doing that, you dash across there. Next up is Josephina. You can decide what you want to do.
I was just thinking, can I see him?
Target
Because he's
target
behind,
his base, miss.
Look for the hard place.
Target
and
his
you will find
base.
sort of behind the thing.
That
isn't he?
highlights for me.
I can just see him.
Hmm?
Can I see him from the top of this guard tower?
Not really. He's the other side of the cage now. I'll check, but I don't think so.
No.
I'm gonna go back there, was it?
Looks about right. Yep.
I think so.
So from at the top of the guard tower, no, because he's behind the tree and behind the cage, so you can't really see him from there.
Okay, I'm going to come down then. And
Okay.
I want to get over onto these rocks somewhere, but how far can I go with
It's going to take you about 10 of your movement to get down. If you want to get up the rocks, you'd have to climb them, because they're starting to get steeper rocks over there.
So I want to like jump on this one and just run across them.
You can jump from the tower if you want.
Oh yeah, could I jump from the tower and land on?
You'd have to do a acrobatic check.
Acrobatic.
So roll a d20, which is here,
I'll just
and then add your acrobatic modifier. And see if you can.
Ooh, 7.
7. So, as you jump from the tower, you kind of go to do this sort of somersault thing to land on your feet, and as your feet hit the rock, you don't realise that there's actually moss and legend all over it, and you kind of slip and smack down and hit your head on the floor, and you take 1d4 damage. You take 3 points of damage. But you are flat on top of the rock.
Mission accomplished. So,
You're also prone as well now.
Can I say I'm struggling to cover my laughter?
The acrobatic wood elf. Yeah.
Audible from everybody in the camp.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
That's gonna sting in the morning.
I want to rub a little
Okay.
ointment on that.
Next up is Drake.
Okay. It's a test I'm going to try, but I doubt it can work. What I want to do is I probably can't move up this rock and then from the rock dive and try and tackle the guy from the top.
5. So that was about 6 feet up. You're halfling as well, so you'd have to do athletics to get on top of the rock. That would take you half your movement. If you did it as like a dash thing, maybe, I don't know if that would be allowed. Well, no, because grapple would be an action, wouldn't it?
Yeah, grappling. Yeah. No, the dive to get to the guy would be my attack action.
I mean, you could dash and dive in front of him. I don't know if you'd be able to actually grapple him, because that would count as a movement.
Okay, then secondly, from where I'm standing, this gate, can I see is the lock facing my way to the gate, to the cage?
I'd say yes. Yeah, the lock's on your side.
Okay, I'm going to move forward, and while they're grappling with the weapon inside the cage, I'm going to use my action to pick the lock.
Okay.
I have tools for thief because I checked the character sheet. I was able to choose 2 sets of tools. One of the ones I took was thief tools. So I'm going to try that, pick the lock for them.
Does that give you is that an advantage, or does that give you a bonus? I can't remember.
Let's go have a look at thief tools because I'm not 100% sure.
1 second, I'll look.
Come on, load my items. Okay. Seriously, where is it?
Horses are attacking.
Oops. I opened the wrong one.
It lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability check. So you add your proficiency bonus to...
Okay, so it's D20 plus 2.
Yeah, plus 2.
Okay, and I roll a 17 plus 2 is 19.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say okay. So as you charge in there and get down, you sort of get your thieves' tool kit out and start wiggling away with the lock. All of a sudden you hear this like click, and the lock breaks free from its bonds.
Yes, spring door open.
The door opens in front. Okay. Next up is Artex.
Would have been cool if I went diving off the rock to tackle this guy, even though I have a strength of 9.
I'm going to move the same here where Baron is in line of sight of the bad guy, and I'm going to attempt to cast Entangle on him. Well, I'm going to cast Entangle on him. Yeah, let's do a saving throw. On a strength saving throw.
Check there's a problem though. Just quickly check the radius of it. You might affect the guys in the cage as well.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. They're just going to be restrained.
One of them is currently holding a sword by the pointy end.
Yeah. So if I restrain him, he's not going to be able to do anything with the sword.
So
he will be able to attack. He won't be able to move unless he breaks free. It only affects his movement.
Entangle, is that just an automatic hit, isn't it? So grasping wings attack save. So I've got to do a strength 14. Is that right? Strength
That's
check.
right, yeah.
Let me find out what his strength is first.
Well, it says restrained.
Plus 2.
So
Like
is it just movement?
Starting from a point, they grow up and they must succeed on the strength throw or be restrained by entangling plants until the spell ends. A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to break 3, and yeah, that's it basically.
Oh, cool. Okay, you're right. Perfect.
He rolls an 18.
Oh.
So he breaks. He kind of, as these vines come off and he's grappling with the sword, he kind of just kicks away at these vines and shakes them off. Rithius, if you can do a strength check, please.
I'm sorry, guys. I tried.
17 plus 4.
Oh,
17
sweet.
plus 4. So you managed to kind of, these vines start coming around, and you see them as they grow, these green leaves and wooden vines start growing inside the cage, coming towards you. You kind of manage to knock them out of the way and move towards one side as they're kind of growing all around you, manage to avoid them. However, the vines do then wrap around the other person that's in the cage, and you just see them slowly going around and around and like holding him in place. So unfortunately, he failed his save. So he's the other person that's in the cage with you is now grappled and held shut.
I'm right by the cage, so is that in range of me?
The range
Yep.
was
I think
what's
it's
the radius of this
20,
thing? Sorry,
20 feet, 90 feet.
20 feet.
So that's
Yeah, I think it has.
Whoa, it's
Bryn and
90
Drake.
feet.
Yeah, I think
Depends
it's
where,
got.
where did you want the center point of the?
Oh, sorry, 20 feet, yeah.
Where was you aiming the middle of the?
I was aiming it as far away as possible.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe.
Well, I was.
I don't know
Well,
why.
you got because you're doing
I
it
am.
on line of sight, so you was actually aiming it at least here. Is the best option you got is sort of like here.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could
Okay,
say
I
you
just-
avoided Bren, but I would say that Drake, you're going to have to do a strength check as well.
Strength check. Okay, here we go with my -1.
Highlighting that.
You can do it.
12.
Fouls. So you also, as you're standing there picking the lock, as you these vines also come up around you and start wrapping around you and around your legs. You see them coming up, starts crawling and creeping across your body around your thing, and pulls your arms down tight against your side. You just locked in position as they slowly keep growing and growing, and you're just stuck there.
You
in
just need from like
at the moment.
Well, guys, you were free.
So I miss all of the bad guys, but I entangle all of my mates. Good job. Good job.
And next round, we'll have fog.
Yeah, it's coming.
Restrained and blind.
Okay, so next up is the NPC's turn. He's going to turn around and run away. Run away! Ah!
Does he leave his sword?
He's going to let go of his sword and turn around and run away. His movement is 5, 10, 15. So he can kind of run off up to here, but before he does so, Bryn, you get an attack of opportunity on him.
Yay!
So his aim is to kind of run away off.
Tackle him, tackle him, tackle him.
Stabby, stabby.
You could have a bounty on him.
So you want to roll for damage? Boom, boom, boom.
And it's just offhand. While I was close, I just memorized what the guy's face looks like.
Okay.
It just gets his face.
Unless there's
As
some
he runs
extra
away, I
bonuses.
scream after him. Remember the miserable 7.
Unless there's some extra bonuses I don't know about with an attack of opportunity. I missed. I rolled a 4 plus 6 be 10.
So as he runs away, you see him coming. You dart in there with one of your blades, and as he does so, he notices you already standing there anyway. Jumps over your arm and carries on running off into the distance.
Yeah.
That
Now,
old
see if he
bastard.
was entangled, it wouldn't be a problem.
Next up is Brune. Well, actually, that's it. He's kind of ran away.
There's nothing to do.
So your initiative
just-
block dissipates. It's up to you. Does anyone want to chase or anything, or you just leave?
Yeah, unless somebody wants
I
to.
had
riddance.
such a nice speech to him. Explain to him how we killed Conrad and Hampus and everybody, and it's time for him to lay down his weapons.
Okay, question.
Let's
Does he look
ransack
like? From what the guy looked like, does it look like I've ever seen a bounty that's ever been on past the papers? You know, if there's a bounty out on someone like him.
From the face that you saw, you don't notice. It doesn't recognise with you at any bounties that you've seen so far.
Okay, then never mind.
Um,
I'll just try and break free here.
Roll no, I'm just trying to think now. See,
Because I'd normally carry the papers with me,
yeah,
pictures and so on.
some of the things. I would say yes. No, sorry,
You recognise.
you do recognise his face as one of the things that brought you to Neverwinter in the first place. You had, we've discussed, this is something in your past that not everyone necessarily knows, but you personally do recognise his face.
Okay, as I'm trying to break out of the vines and stuff, hey guys, that guy's got a bounty on him. Take him down, take that bastard down. And I'm trying to break free.
Can I use the sword I now
Oh, a
have?
natural 20.
Can
I'm
I
so
jump
charging
up
after
and
him.
shoot him?
Break free.
I'm charging after him.
I use
Okay,
the sword
so-
to break the vines on the other guy in the cell.
Okay,
I release the spell.
so you start carving away, and as you do so, the vines just kind of dissipate into thin air, and you go, okay, you're free.
It's
fine.
easier that way. Sorry.
Did someone say they wanted to chase this bloke?
Can I run up on the rocks and shoot him?
Yeah, I'm chasing after him.
You're prone, so
While
by the
he's
time you
running
get
away.
up, he's out of your sight.
He's gone, is he?
Yeah.
Sadly, I'm just level 1 and don't have Hunter's Mark, so I can't track him.
I could
I
probably find him. I also run after him because I can do tracking. Survival
Okay,
skills to find out where he's gone.
Bryn gave chase as well.
Okay, so there's
Hello.
three of us chasing it.
Bryn gives chase. Who's giving chase? Sorry, Bryn.
Same here, I'm getting chased.
Artex. So Artex is quite far away. So I'd say
Go get him,
for
boys.
now,
Go get him.
Bryn, can you roll a perception check?
Okay.
Yeah. Good riddance.
Oh wow, victory screech must have rolled a 20.
What, did you just roll a 20?
I did.
Yeah.
So it was a 20 plus. What were you having me roll?
Perception.
Perception.
Perception. Oh, plus 6, so 26.
Wow.
So
Victory
calm,
beers.
so calm about it as well. Like, you know.
Okay, so as you give chase, you see him kind of running down the hill towards the woods. He tries to dart into the woods to hide, but you notice kind of the direction he's gone. I'd say you're about in range if you wanted to shoot him. Otherwise, pursue him further. But he's got a good lead on you at the moment.
I'll take a shot at him.
Okay. Roll to hit them.
Come on. That suspense is killing me.
Try harder.
Yeah.
Oh no, I rolled a 1.
One.
I go from 20 to 1.
So as you go to take aim, you kind of stand still to kind of steady yourself. You go to pull your arrow out the back of your quiver, and as you do so, your quiver just kind of falls apart or falls off of your back and falls to the floor, and you're left like trying to grasp hold of your arrows. You bend down, start to pick them up, go to load your bow, and as you turn around, the bandit has now gone into the woods that you saw him standing by.
Crap.
Okay, so that's the end of that. You can't. I mean, you can. He's kind of gone now and vanished, and he'll be long gone. So by the time you try to catch up, so now you're all left. You're all out of initiative luck. Please doesn't mean chuck your characters around. What do you want to do?
Pick up my arrows.
Loot!
Pick up your arrows.
The Bryn's just sitting there like, fixing his quiver that just for some unknown reason snapped off.
I would.
It's okay. I'm fine. You guys
But talk to
carry
these
on
people.
looting and look after yourselves. It's not a problem. I'm fine. Don't
Oh,
worry.
sorry.
I was like-
You require healing. I'm sorry,
Hey.
I forget.
Baron, you're healthier than
spell
me, man. I'm dead.
Oh.
healthier than me.
I
I'm
walk back
feeling-
swearing.
Bored.
I'm going to run
I'm
down to the
smaller.
cage
I
and see
bleed
who's in
slower. I understand.
I walk back swearing, that bastard, bloody bastard, and I carry on swearing as I open the gate. You guys are free, damn it, just come out. Cost me a bounty. You bloody can't even shoot an arrow.
I'll make
Drake,
sure my
Drake.
employers
No,
okay.
swing the gate open.
Okay.
Drake, if you need lessons in swearing, come speak to me later. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not in a swearing mood at the moment. About all right there.
Who was the man we came looking for?
Do that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll just move that
Guys.
Alex, it's easier. Okay, so Josephina's already standing by the cage. Drake goes up and kind of opens the gate and says, I've managed to, release take the lock off. All the bandits are dead. Before you stands Rufus, you want to describe yourself and tell people who you are?
Half orc barbarian, and he is about 6'2", I think it was.
Okay.
Where's my description?
One
Yeah.
ugly motherfucker.
What? Not that ugly. Not that ugly. About 6'2", a grey blue skin and dark hair and dark tusks, almost black eyes, and wearing no armor, as so to speak, just more travel clothes and an orcish looking chest piece. And he's Phandelver, son of Orok, last survivor and heir to the Bloodclaw clan.
I doubt I'll ever be able to say that name.
Would we know this from the bounty information that we have on him, or is this something that
No, he's just. They've just gone to the cage and released him. This is what he looks like. So he's just literally just describing himself because you now can see him as he steps out of the cage. You notice this half orc, giant, tall half orc with his tusks sticking out, come out of the cage.
Oh, okay. And he just introduced himself as
yes,
Fallon.
Gotcha. That's it.
Fallon Blood.
And
Okay.
what does your friends call you?
Just Fallon.
Alan.
Fallon.
Sell it.
Alan.
Alan.
Hi, I'm Alan.
Alan! Sorry, Alan.
Call me Alan,
the other
and my
way-
hand axe will find your skull.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say. Hang on a minute.
Alan.
So
The other
I walk
captured
up to
prisoner,
Fallon.
you notice as he steps out of the cage, fits the description that the dwarf told you for Sildane. And as he steps out, he goes, "You bloody fools! You let him get away! I hope you've interviewed one of them or captured someone for information, or this is for now."
Try.
I do a backflip and go, well, at least, gentlemen, you are free. The Great the Silver has opened your cage. And now I must roll to see if I actually make that flip.
Okay.
What's it? Acrobatics?
Please go
Acrobatics.
backwards into the fire.
13 plus 6. 19.
Yeah. You manage
Yeah.
to do this flourish and backflip, and you go, "I've now free you!" And he, and,
But the
So-
bugger happened to get away, so chase.
kind of shakes his head and just goes, "Idiots, bloody idiots. We were doing, just never mind. Thank you.
I tell you
thank
what, my
for
good friend.
the rescue.
We can always put you back in the cage. if you
Yeah,
want.
damn it, let's put it back in the cage.
You can try.
No, not you. Not you. You seem
No, you're
a
fine,
bit
you're
too
fine.
difficult to
Well,
get
this-
back
this
in.
is
We're
my
hospital
employer.
in for help.
You're
He's-
an ungrateful employer.
He is paying me to at least try and keep him safe.
Oh, you failed. I'm sorry.
Well,
I can't
my
help
good
it
man.
when the odds were kind of against me.
Oh, my good man, if you're so interested in collecting this bounty, then you're willing, you can gladly come with me and track him. He's run off into the woods.
The first
No,
thing
the
I'm
directions.
not here to collect the bounty. These bandits, do they look like ordinary bandits to you? Look at the camp. Look at what they've got set up here. This is no ordinary bandit camp that you're used to seeing waylaying these roads. I came here for information. But you are correct. I am a tad ungrateful and a little bit grumpy in my old age. I apologize. I appreciate the rescue. We did come up against a little more than we planned. They had actually trapped the base. We were stalking them and unfortunately fell waylay to one of their traps.
Well,
My good man,
before I took these 2 arrows to the chest to try and get you out of this cage, there is a desk over there with 2 scrolls on it, which may have some information for you, and a chest. So there may not be a complete waste after all.
I
Yeah,
just
but
need
should
my
be some-
gear.
Some messages or instructions or anything like that. We'll have a look.
Perhaps we should go over and
Okay.
take a peek.
So he heads over towards the table, sort of
I can't
pushes
remember how to
past. You're there, not in like a nasty way. He's just as soon as he hears you saying there's some scrolls on the table, he kind of gets up the pace. They're still both of them in the, although they were in the cage, have got all their armors and weapons on. It was like they were kind of chucked in there last minute without too much planning. They hadn't been in there too long. So he just storms across over to the table. He notices one of the pieces of paper scrolls on the desk, and you see him. You notice him grab one of them up, kind of recognize it, and put it inside his jacket pocket.
Useful?
It's one of my possessions that they took. At least they didn't get away with it.
What is it?
None of your need to know at the moment. Perhaps Gundren will fill you in, but for now, this is his.
I casually walk in and accidentally bump into the guy and sleight of hand that object.
I'm just
That's
gonna
cool.
arrest it.
I need to see what.
That's what my character will do.
I
Well,
need to see what, yeah, I just need to see what my sleight of hand is a +4. And
This is gonna end
altogether
badly.
12. I rolled an 8. Yeah, 12.
As you walk up to him and bump into him, his arm just juts straight out before you, almost like before you get close to him, and he just grabs your arm, and you feel this quite surprisingly, even though it looks about 50, 60, can't quite tell, but he grabs hold of your arm, and you feel this firm grip hold you tight, and he just gives it a squeeze and says, Now, I told you, Gundren will inform you if he needs to. Now, I appreciate the rescue. That doesn't give you the right to rob me. Now, if you want to keep that hand, I suggest you take it away." And he releases you. Sort of.
How about the
it's-
second
it's-
scroll, my friend? What was that?
You're welcome to look at them. They're none of my business.
Okay, it's
Uh,
just
you
fine.
think-
Just
Okay. I'm gonna
just
have a-
know that we know you from now. So for all we know, that could be valuable information that you keep hidden. You could have just as well shown us. How we know we can just trust you with just taking that without showing to us what it is?
It belongs
I-
to my employer, and my employer, it is not for me to divulge such information at this time.
Fine, I'm
I-
going to try and
See.
intimidate this guy and tell him.
I tap
Listen,
Drake
I'm going to
on
walk away.
the shoulder.
That's it. Just
Just
leave.
saying, Drake, We've got hired to rescue this man.
I'm
Let's just
climbing
get
the
back
tent.
down, get our money, get on with the main mission. Oh, but I mean,
I readjust my fluffy shirt, go, take a deep calming breath. Fine, I'll let it go.
What about this chest? There's a chest here by the tent. I'm gonna
He
go.
kind of just goes, I've got what I needed. I'm not interested in
I
this.
suppose.
I'm gonna go over and see if I can open this chest.
Before she leaves, I notice Josephina again and say, Druid, it's good to see you again. I hope all is well and you are keeping out of trouble.
And I was like, I thought it was you, but I wasn't quite sure. It
You
is
half
you, is
orcs
it
look
that?
the same. Bloody racist. Sorry, go on, keep it.
I
How
thought
do you
it was
know
you,
that?
but it's been such a long time, I couldn't quite remember.
Yes,
Most of you orcs, you all look the same.
it has been a while, but it is me.
But it's good to see you.
Now I need my gear. Who's seen a great axe? No one?
Let's have a look, let's have a
No
look
one's
around.
Just
no one's seen the
silence.
great text. No one's really looked at anything so far. You've all
We've
just
seen a lot of great dead buffoons, but
I go off looking
Um,
for my gear.
I've just seen a lot of my blood.
You go off
on the
looking for your
floor.
guild. Sildar, sorry, goes over to where the horses are, and he sort of pushes the cart out of the way and starts gathering up the horses. What do the rest of you want to do?
Oh,
Um,
I'll open this
I
chest.
have a
Not to
full
sound-
rest
Not
and
to
eat
sound
something
pushy.
and get some health back.
Any chance? Exactly, I agree with Brune. For those of us who are, shall we say, less healthy right now, it would be nice if we could either have some, maybe even got a health
Bleeding a bit.
potion. Yeah, just 2 arrows to the chest kind of does that to you. So, yeah, I
I
could do
only have
with,
one leg.
You've got one leg, and
What?
How did you lose one?
Took an arrow through the knee.
Ah,
he's got one leg, and I'm two arrows in my shoulders. Yeah, we could do with some healing. Is all I'm,
I'm
saying
sorry.
right now.
I have no more
Priorities,
spells left to
maybe.
heal.
Me neither.
Well,
Fellas.
there looks like a very
got
comfortable tent. Do you think maybe we could take a rest here, a short rest, so I could have a sleep and maybe just heal up with some ointments and stuff I have?
It's not that far back to the village, is it? Why don't we go back there?
It's pretty far if you've got a busted knee and 2 arrows in your chest.
Shit, walk it off, son. Walk it off.
hold on. Who's
Maybe Thalin can throw you over his shoulder.
who's got
Put in
the
a
busted
wagon.
knee?
Maybe they take the
Let's get a
horse.
wagon.
Maybe
Just pick up
if
the
I can take a
halfling.
horse, then maybe I don't mind. I can have the horses.
Okay.
carry on.
So Josephina goes over to the chest. Both Baron and Brune are looking pretty seriously wounded. We'll decide what to do in a second. First, we'll do the Josephina's thing. So you go over to the chest. You go to open it, and it just clicks open. As you open it, it's just an old, tattered wooden chest. It's not very well sealed. The lock on it was very simple, but it's actually been left open. Someone had been using it. And I think that the scrolls that were on the table look like they were in there originally. So as you open it, you notice that the chest is actually just empty.
Use that to put loot in.
Sorry?
We could use that to put loot in.
Can we have a quick
Oh,
look
I'm
in the
going to-
tents?
I waddle over to look for hidden places in the chest, for a false bottom or anything like that.
Okay. You can do a investigation check.
Investigation, I have a +1 there, and that's a 7 altogether.
Okay. As far as you're aware, there's no secret traps or anything in the doors or hidden compartments in the chest. It's just a plain wooden chest.
So,
So I presume, do you guys want to search the camp?
Yeah.
There, or-
Yeah.
they can, whilst they're searching the camp, I'm just going to go up to one of these fires here, which has probably got some food on it and stuff. I'm just going to get a piece of food. I'm going to take it over to Brune, and then the 2 wounded soldiers are just going to, I think, have a chill out
Walk next
next
to
to
a
each
fire.
other, have a little chat, and just let the other guys do the work whilst we sit here.
Okay. That's okay. So you go over to one side, you start eating. The rest of you start rummaging through the bodies and the tents. We'll just say, for argument's sake, all together, you find 3 bottles of like common wine. There's some notice one of them, one of the bodies by the fire has about 1 kilogram's worth of cooking spices. You gather about 3 daggers from the bodies. They're all bent, rusty, like quite old looking, well used daggers. You managed to get your hands on 2 short swords.
I'm keeping that bandit short sword or whatever it was.
What's that, sorry?
Whatever sword it was that I grabbed, I'm keeping it.
It's a short sword. Okay. Yeah. Again, a lot of this equipment looks not terrible, but not great either. There's definitely been well used and not particularly well looked after. You also find roughly about 6 gold pieces between the bodies, 33 silver pieces, and 44 copper pieces.
44.
I don't know if one of you wants to make a note of that, and you can kind of dish that out later.
Yeah, I got it written down. 3 bottles of wine, 1 kg spices, 2 short swords, 3 daggers, which are rusty and well properly used, and then 6 gold, 33 silver, and 44 copper.
Excellent.
Just quickly, I called the group together for the role-playing side of that. Go to Tavern. By the way, Tavern, I stick out my hand. I am Drake the Silver, greatest bounty hunter you will encounter, and master of the rapier, the oh so fine pointy rapier, as you can see, and I flourish it around a bit. These are my compatriots. If you will all introduce yourselves.
Hi, Fallon. I'm Brun, Halfling. As long as you don't look at me like food, we should get along swimmingly. Excellent. Nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you, short one.
Thank you.
And you are the short one.
I know.
You're
Well,
so
there's
We can share a pint later.
your little
There's
scratchy
2 of
stick.
us.
2 short ones.
2 short ones.
Well, Fallon and
else
I
do?
are friends.
I know the druid.
I also walk up to Talon and say to him, "Well met, Talon, my name is Artix. I come from the north. I welcome you. Well met."
Thank you, and you too. And the one stuffing his face.
Hello, Halfling. How are you?
It's
Okay.
awful.
Halfling.
Sorry.
It's awful.
It's just really bad.
Oh,
It's
Forget, he's really
Halfling.
He's really injured. He's really injured. You gotta excuse him.
I hope.
You do seem to bleed too much.
I hope
Bleeding and hungry.
this was worth it. I hope you're worth it.
You seem to bleed a lot more than I do.
We'll
Just
see about that later.
maybe if you
Eating my food.
stay back a bit next time.
That's it. I'm giving you like kind of, a bit of the cold shoulder at the moment.
He's hungry.
I'm hungry.
Jeez.
I'll get to know you later. I'm bleeding. I'm sore. I'm hurt. You're ugly. I'm tired.
Too much.
I'll let you
What do you
have
want?
that one. But just the one.
We'll talk. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. Over a drink.
Okay.
Yes,
Anybody else
okay.
introduce
You're buying.
themselves?
I don't really drink wine.
Well met, Talon. Bryn of Neverwinter.
Not from Burns anyway. This wine is probably. What is this wine? Can I have a look at the brine?
It's
Let's have a
just a common.
It's just standard.
The labels are kind of a bit worn, but they're just a common red wine.
No, this
I'm
is.
not certain.
Bryn,
what
can you like some?
did not
I'm gonna
have
pour some on my
something to do
wounds.
with
That's
this
about it.
wine.
Pour
Can I
some on
see
my-
any
I'm gonna pour some
carrots?
on-
Hang on a minute.
Carrots?
One second. Just, I think Bryn was in the middle of introducing himself.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I did already. I just said
Okay.
Bob's best. Bob's best common wine.
Right. Okay. Cool.
I wanted some carrots to give to the horses for being so helpful. I did promise them some at the beginning.
Okay, well, saying
so-
if you rummage through the crates a bit, you manage to find a little bit of veg. There's a few apples and a few carrots you can grab and take and go and feed them to the
Okay,
horses.
that's it.
As you approach the horses, you notice
We just want to see the impression.
Sildar's there. There's no impression.
Oh, they're such
Come
good
on.
Sildar's there,
horses.
and he's round them up, and he's got a hold of all three of their reins, and he starts walking out of the pen with them.
I give them all a little bit of carrot and say, "Oh, you worked really hard. Thank you for helping."
Bloody horse is not nearly as good as a pony.
And what does?
Sildar just goes, "Thank you. I appreciate that.
What
They are Gundren's horses. They were taken from us when we were captured."
What does the horse say?
What does the horse say?
That says nay.
You're not talking to him, or you haven't cast the spell. You've used that.
No, it lasts for a while.
Not that long.
Yeah.
How long does it last for?
All of you, thank you. Okay. The horses
just
part
wanna-
done.
I just want to generally ask for party when they ransacked the tents while we were eating and just recovering a bit of breath by the fire. Does that include the bodies? Because this
They do
Clint
the
fella,
They've looted
He
the
stood-
bodies, yeah.
he stood hard.
Yeah, we did in the previous game.
You can like you've looked for the items on them, but you can look into the, like, if you want to investigate them to see if you notice anything, you're allowed to do that if you want.
Yeah, Clint was like a hard barbarian. I was just
Okay,
wondering
do,
if he didn't have something on him that helped him stay
do-
alive.
Do an investigation check.
Oh, I'm going to throw a 20 and then I'll... Ooh, rolling dice. 14 plus investigation. Ooh, which is +1, so it's a 15.
Okay. So you don't notice anything out of the ordinary in terms of armor. He seems to be having like quite thick leather armor covering his body. You do, however, notice a kind of tattooed print on the sleeve, and it's in the shape of what appears to be like a staff with a globe bulbous end on the top. From the top of the staff, you notice 3 points that kind of look like triangles sticking out, 1 at the top and 2 to the side, forming like an arc. And the staff itself is coloured in red.
And that's a tattoo.
It's on the actual tattooed onto his like top upper arm.
Hmm.
Cool. At the same time, if
I
he's
don't know my
checking-
character good enough. Am I cruel enough to take my knife out and just cut it off?
The tattoo, cut it off.
Take it along.
If you want to
I
take
think
his
I'm
skin
going
off.
to do that. I'm
That's
a hunter. I'm a
bizarre.
ranger. I'm taking my knife and skinning it to keep
Okay.
for later reference.
Hello, Clarice.
It puts its
Okay.
lotion on the skin, or else it gets the
the
hose.
hose again.
Cutting off flesh. Jeez.
So you kind
No,
of see
we're
him
just taking the skin.
scraping off, like starts carving away at this arm and cutting away at the tattooed piece of skin.
He
Obviously,
is
I
from-
notice.
He is
Obviously-
from my.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, you first. You go first.
Obviously, I probably notice him doing that. I'll go over and take a look and see if that symbol means anything to me.
Yeah, and at the same time, I'm screaming, "Hey, hold on there! I still got to check if these guys have bounties on them before you touch anything." I rifle through my papers and see if they are, if any of them are matches the description.
I
You
show
don't-
the archer's salute.
You don't notice any of them as a bounty, but you do recognize the symbol.
Ooh,
It belongs to the people that you're both seeking in Phandelver.
What the tattoo?
Don't you?
Happy
The logo,
coincidence.
yeah.
Did any of these bandits have studded leather close to my size?
No, most are just wearing plain leather armor. They're not heavily armored. Although they looked they're quite organized. They weren't well off or well paid bandits. They
Gotcha.
tend to do a kind of quick job. Okay, so is there anything else you want to do?
Did I
Yes,
find my gear?
I noticed some of them
Yes.
reacting in a familiar manner to the tattoo and ask them if they will just enlighten me. Then I don't have to carry this piece of skin with me.
Okay, I can't remember the information about the group we're looking for.
Okay, I'll just put it with others.
Wait, no, I'm
skins
just
I
going
carry,
to.
and you can tell me later.
Or if Miz can quickly fill us in.
No,
It's
don't worry. I'll carry it
the
with me.
bounties that he's asked to kill are the red brands. That's he can choose whether he wants to fill you in more than that, but I don't know how much more you know. But his bounties that he's after the red group will go under by the name of red brands.
Oh, okay, yeah. You didn't inform me about that before. Let me just write that down.
Did I not?
This is
Nope.
this is their tattoo.
What did I tell you?
Yeah, no, we never got that far. We just know that I'm a bounty hunter. Nothing else can.
I thought
And this is their branding.
Yes, you sent me a lead that mentioned them. So
I thought okay, I probably got mixed up. But anyway, well you know now. You're after the red.
Okay.
did you
Okay,
did you
then-
mean that? Did you mean that for him or?
Yeah, I should.
Well, you both know that they're red brands because that's what who you're seeking.
Okay.
Broom was kind of asking. Well, he asked both of you because he saw you both kind of recognized the.
Oh, this is to do with the mercenary background. The guys I'm upset with.
Yes,
Hold on.
this is the background I gave you.
Okay, cool. Let me just go to it here. Okay, then I'll inform Brune. These are, as I can remember, guys that work with the watch. They're very, very. Okay, wait. Let me think about it, and I'll tell you just now. Let the other guys do something.
Don't worry. I decided anyway to just keep the skin with me. You know, maybe there's a secret door. We need to identify ourselves. Maybe we can
It's like biometric scanner.
rub a shoulder with a tattoo and get in the
Scan it
door.
to
You
him,
never know. Let's not give away advantages. Well,
Basically, Drake, you had a personal goal, which was to teach the red brands a lesson.
Yeah.
Your background was you're a bounty hunter, but
Yeah.
so you're after a certain person. Actually, you shouldn't have known. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You know that they're red brands.
Yeah, and I've got the name of the guy. It's here.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it, and he's in the town where he is. So I'll turn to Brune. These are some evil folks, the group of what did you call the red brands, and I'm at the moment tracking them. They are in the town. What's the town? I can't pronounce it.
Phandelver.
Yeah, Phandelver. They're in Phandelver. I'm
Okay.
tracking them at the moment. These guys are part of that group.
Okay, cool.
What's the name, Miss of the
if
sorry,
you know
what's
where
the
the
name of
town is, why
captain?
you're tracking them and not just going to the
Sildar
town?
Hallwinter.
Silver Hallwinter.
Sildar
Um,
Hallwinter.
Tildar, did you say Tildar? Sildar, my friend. Sildar, I'm quite keen, I mean, to potentially get paid. I'm sure about the rest of the people here to get paid for what we've done. What are you going to do with the camp? What's your plans? Are you just going to leave this here? Are you going to send a runner maybe to get more? I mean, you know, what is your plan now?
For now, we need to get back. Gondrin had a mission that we need to do, and I believe he needs his horses for a start. What we can do, I see you're wounded. We'll put you and your friend on one of these horses each, and we'll start making our way back to Neverwinter.
Just
Okay,
don't
so
know.
if everyone's finished, then I would
Get
suggest
your
we get a
wagon.
move
Just quick note, we didn't check what that extra scroll was on the table. Nobody mentioned it. So let's have a look at that one.
I have it here with me. Don't worry, we can look at it on the way.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody's happy? What's that kill? Bruin, sorry?
There's nothing else to
No,
find.
we're fine.
Okay.
I was
So-
wondering if we could hitch the wagon and like travel in real luxury, but okay.
I think put the horses, hitch the horses.
You could do, but it would take you longer to do so. It's up to you to do that.
Bleeding's
Do they
nearly
have-
stopped.
Is there like, do they have like a bed or anything, like kind of some sort of soft bed or anything in any of these tents, Miz, by any chance?
Well, they've all got bed rolls and things. So.
Yeah, can I take one and roll it in the cart so I can just lie down in the cart and have a sleep on the way?
Okay, so what they'll do is you take another half an hour, say, pitching up the two horses. Well, it only needs one. It's only a smallish cart. So they hitch the cart up to one of the horses, get it sturdy. You get a bedroll for you and Bruin. You both get into the back of the cart, and they gather the rest of the horses, and you all get your stuff together, loot whatever it is you wanted to take from the camp, and then make your way back towards Neverwinter. So as you leave the camp, you're looking. It's about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun's coming down. You can head back out of the brushes towards the main road. As you do so, you notice that the main road is kind of empty. Most people start getting into town around now, so it's not too busy. You don't see anything for a good 20 minutes of the journey. As you approach about half an hour down the way, you notice to the walls of Neverwinter start coming into your vision. Outside of Neverwinter, just to the side of it, you notice that these big tents have started to be pulled up, and you can kind of hear these hammering and ringing sounds. And the voice is a bit too far away, but you just kind of hear this thump as tent pegs and things like that, and a lot of hustle and bustle is kind of going on, and you just see these erect tents start being put up. You carry on through. It will take you to divert out of your way to get there. So you carry on through into Neverwinter itself. The Gel journey takes you about, I'd say, going slow with the wagon, takes you probably about an hour to get back. So you're looking about 6 in the evening. Yeah, 6 in the evening by the time you get back into Gundren's office with Silren and everybody else, and he kind of parks the horses up. You walk into his office.
If possible, just before we get to the office, the guards, as we pass the gate, I just want to stop by them and inform them from the camp where we were that we've encountered red brands there. They still remember me from my old position I had with the guards. So I just tell them in a description of the guy that got away and that we encountered them and took care of them.
One of the guards at the gate just kind of nods to you. Thank you, sir. We'll be sure to follow that up. Don't you worry. I'll go and talk to the King's Guard. No problem. We'll send somebody around to clear that camp up and make sure they don't come back.
Okay.
I'll give you a knowingly nod as you pass through.
Can we get a cut of the gold when you sell all the tents and stuff?
Have we shared the yeah.
More a
So-
sarcastic remark than anything that's needed.
Sorry, Miz. How many hours was that resting?
The journey was about an hour.
Okay, so that should be a short rest then. An hour gives me I can get 1 packed slot magic back, and it reset. And then I think it's a warlock. It's a 1d8 for healing. Is that right? Am I right?
Hit point, yeah. So you roll 1d8. Use your hit dice, isn't it? To heal.
Woohoo! 6. That's my
Okay,
favorite.
so you get 6 points of hit points back.
Sweet. I'm back, baby.
Was I damaged in the cage at all?
Hmm.
No, because you've been in there for a little while, so any kind of wounds that you had were a bit superficial, really.
Okay.
At least we gained some notoriety now with the City Watch.
So Halfling getting screwed, or can he also roll for life?
You can rest as well. So yeah, you can do whatever roll on your hit dice.
I'm trying to figure. I'm not seeing it. Sorry. Life.
I've got one pack.
Yours is
Probably D6.
I've got one pack magic.
Uh,
It's cool.
Halfling's not D6.
yours is
D8 as well, isn't it?
Just trying to work out where it actually tells you.
Oh, sweet.
And
What was that, Dave?
Well, you can actually just click short
Two.
rest.
What was that?
Yeah.
So is that what we're saying? We've had a short.
No,
What
you
is that?
haven't. The two in the cart have. 'Cause
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were laying down.
We were lying and sleeping and chatting and telling stories basically, and then I was snoring.
Ranger is 1d10.
Ranger is 1d10, so you got 1d10. Yeah, because you got like 14 hit points, I think. So,
Baron,
so if you
sugar.
did use if you use D&D and Beyond and things, you can actually just click short rest and it will.
It's just okay. No, I just needed to add my damage. So I'm 6 of 14. I'm gonna hit a short rest. I'm gonna say Ranger, hit dice, click that thingy, and it refreshed me. It didn't. Does
That's
it?
why I like I like old school. I've realised that just there's nothing beats literally old school. I've come to that reality. I think just dice D&D, like literally, like okay, you can manually put it in.
I don't know what to do. Reset. I can say reset, but it's gonna take me back to 14, which I don't want. If I click Ranger, I say take short rest. It doesn't change my hit points. I'll just roll it.
Well, it's probably because you haven't set. I think you haven't put manual hit points in there or something, so it's probably linked to that. What was
Oh,
that?
beautiful one. Oh, hang on. Oh no, it's only on D20s. I get a
That's not a 10.
Yeah, it's not. That's an 8.
D8.
8-sided. Yeah.
Yours was a D10.
A 10.
You need a
D10.
D10.
Oh, Ranger D10. Okay. Thank you for your bad sight. 1.
What are the odds?
Wow. Holy crap.
We tried to help.
Okay.
We tried to help.
Wow.
It's destiny.
Game 1. It's because Riffy has told you he passed the curse on.
Every week someone has the new curse.
I'm like 8% healthier than previously. I'm happy.
Okay, so as you get back to the office, we'll say that you all walk into them, and behind the counter is Gundren. Sorry, Gundren Rockseeker is standing there behind the counter again as you all walk in. Once there's anything.
Well, hello, Gundren.
Well, hello.
Hello, welcome to my
Oh no, not you again.
I'm heading back. I'll see y'all later.
Are you in the back? It's good to see you, and I forgot what my accent was for him. It certainly wasn't that. I think it was
Very good, Jude.
Simple. I remember someone saying this was going to be simple. I think a few of us have. It wasn't quite so simple, my friend.
What be the problem you had?
No, nothing that we couldn't handle. Just it wasn't as simple as you said it would be. But it's fine. We did it. We're all here. We're all kind of in one piece. We met a new friend along the way, and yeah, it's good. We're here. I'm here to make some money, my friend. So pay up.
Yes, Captain. Hey man, look what we found. A bodyguard. Look familiar? And I try and hold him, but I'm shorter than him, so it's not actually me picking him up.
Like pats him on the tummy.
You can't miss him. He's the ugliest person in the room.
Oh, you managed to find my Selwyn. Oh, that's good. He's been missing for a few days. Where have you been, Selwyn? It's nice of you to come back. Can't believe it took these lot to rescue you, though. What have you been up to?
I've been having tea and crumpets with
Guards
Red Bull.
beat.
We're getting shot.
It
Yeah,
didn't
see.
actually say I would pay you to rescue him. I said I needed him so I could go forward towards Phandelver. Your 10 gold ahead was for escorting my cart down to Phandelver. Then you haven't even done that yet.
Well, that's a bit
That's-
unfair, isn't it? We've just been and
Right.
cleared a bandit camp,
True.
found your friend. The least you
Brought
can
your
do-
horses back.
Brought your horses back.
Well, why didn't you say? No one told me that. You just said you've been on a little escapade and then you come back. Right, okay, fair enough, fair dues. I'll give you some payment for that. Give me a moment, and he kind of walks back off into the little chamber that's inside of the office.
We have a contract with him as well, by the way, just so if he starts to shaft us, we actually go to sign.
You have a contract for the escorting the thing, yeah.
Yeah, so he can't shaft us. So
She got the gold mine, I got the shaft. It's a great song.
does he? I'm wondering, if there's a clothes shop. But I've got 2 beautiful holes in this lovely coat of mine.
2 beautiful holes.
Yeah.
So
this
as
is-
he
Do you just?
I heard we're going into warm climate. Maybe the ventilation's good.
I'm not sure they might sell your size.
So, as he comes back out of the room, he goes, right, let's have a
Two
look.
socks
And I
and
tell you what,
pants.
I'll give you 5 gold ahead. That should be about right for that.
5 gold ahead, so 5 each.
Yeah. What I said, 3 gold ahead.
Okay, I thought you meant like we give you a head and then you give us 5.
That's good.
I'm on to you, Ms. No,
Do we think
What?
is that fair?
No.
What do I do?
no.
How many are we?
Oh,
Okay,
what
what
have I
am I
done
missing?
wrong?
What am I missing?
5 gold.
What?
He first
say-
said he was going to give us 5 gold, and he said, right, 3 gold. And I'm like, no.
No, it was 10 gold
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
escort
heard
the
you.
wagon to Phandelver. You haven't done that yet.
No, I understand that.
So
Yeah.
I think that's not
remember
bad, is
some-
it? 5 gold.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Okay,
Money.
That would
Let's
set me
do
up
it.
for 5
what
days.
do we each? Okay, just a quick question. What do we each get 5 gold or?
Yeah, 5 gold ahead.
And a head.
No
Yeah,
heads.
the reason why I'm confused is because
Fox
normally
head on the
each-
table.
Does the
5
head
gold
have any
ahead.
tattoos?
5 gold each.
yeah, because sorry, when I hear 5 gold ahead, that's normally for every person you've killed.
No, I meant I flick the coin and it
It's
lands
not
on heads.
South Africa.
Okay,
I meant
just writing
5
down
gold on
5.
this here head that I've got, and he
5
plucks a head on
gold
the
ahead in
desk.
South Africa is way
You can do with it as you
overpaid.
will.
It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I'll answer for that 5 gold. Well, that's reasonable.
And then I take the expenses out of it,
I
and
don't
he
deal with
takes 2 gold from each pot, and there you go, 3 gold each.
I make sure I get 5 gold.
1, 2, 3 plus 2.
I hold up a piece of paper. I've already written down 5 gold. So there.
That's it.
Yeah.
Tell you
Fair
what,
enough, fair enough. Just take your gold.
Where
tell
did
you
you
what
take the
dungeon
other
I-
2
I can't see how much money I've already got.
I can't see
tell you-
either, so I'm just
Well,
writing
you're
it
supposed to be
down.
making notes of it all. So.
Not how much did I start off?
I don't know. You're supposed. That's what I just said. I can't.
Okay, don't
You're
worry
supposed to
about
make
it.
notes of it. It's in there somewhere.
We generally start with like 10.
You start with about
Generally.
10 gold. Yeah.
Yeah. Quick question. We found some scrolls and papers at the camp, and Your bodyguard was very quick to grab one of those pieces of paper. By any chance, is there, what information is that? You didn't have a chance to look at it yet.
I haven't had a chance to look at it myself. I don't know what he's grabbed. He hasn't given it over yet.
Okay, well, I've forgotten the guy's name, so I go, bodyguard, if you please.
He just kind of
You mean
looks
Silden?
down at you, looks down at you, looks back at Gundren and kind of shakes his head. I don't believe I'm your servant, young little thing. He kind of pats you on the head. I've been employed as a bodyguard from Gundren, and I take orders from Gundren. Okay, hand it over. Let's have a look what it is. And he takes the piece of paper, kind of has a look and goes, all right, no, it's just a trade agreement that I got with the owners of Phandelver, and it's no problem. Nothing to worry about. And he kind of puts it in his robe pocket.
I'd like
Can I
to
do a
use an
perception
insight
check?
check, please.
Yeah, I want to see if he's
Yeah.
lying through his. Well, I'll
Okay.
let Des do it. Des, you do it. You can go for it.
Me too.
No, just do. If you do too many, it'll be crazy. Just leave one person do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, wait.
Highest?
You
Yeah,
can
who's
do
got
it,
the
Des,
highest?
Des do it with an advantage, because we can say that they're all kind of scrutinizing him at this point.
So it'd be a-
Sorry, it takes me a bit to move the dice around.
Old school. Old school.
Roll them real dice.
Feel that ivory
20,
tree.
yeah. Oh.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I rolled another 20 tonight. That's 2 in one night. And my
20.
insight's
don't
a
roll
4, so it's 24.
Don't do this.
Okay, he's not lying as such, but you can tell he's kind of not being forthright with the information that he has.
Is that all it is a trade agreement, Sildar?
I lean closer
So I
over.
looked at him. I didn't read it. It's not for me. I just noticed the document and I picked it back up.
I lean over the counter if I can actually reach and just go, well, you see, we've been known to handle some certain situations. I'm sure if there's anything extra involved, maybe we can lend a hand. I'm sure there's no problem with any type of thing you have going on there. We might be able to help you with. Can't I talk tonight?
Well, I be thanking you, lad. It's very nice offer for you there. I do appreciate it. Like I say, it's just a trade agreement and a couple of little things that I need to get squared up. Which is exactly why I got you to go and find Sildar here. We need to press ahead of the traveling party, and we're going to be heading our way to Phandelver to sort a few things out before you arrive, you see. We want to make sure they accept the goods and, they don't try to back away on the price that they agreed to pay me for them. So we're going to be doing that. But unfortunately, it's going to take us now with all this trouble and my horses being all scared to tatters and all that. We're going to probably be taking another day out of our time. So, if you rest up here and I probably come and see you in a day or two, tell you when the adventure's ready to start. But for now, I suggest you go over to the tavern, have a few drinks, and find yourself somewhere to bed down for the night.
Oh yes, yeah. I forgot. I got some wisdoms to rescue.
To free you.
Gundren, is that my contract over then?
Well, your initial contract for work with Sildar is you didn't have a contract with me. He looks at you, hang on. He starts talking to hang on. You had no contract with me, lad. Sure it wasn't with Sylvan.
Everyone was talking about contracts, so I kind of thought it was.
Sylvan kind of looks at you and goes, I you didn't have a contract. If you remember, we were in the tavern having a few drinks.
That's right. She said I could hit some people.
Oh, yeah,
Can I-
exactly. He said there were some people to hit. You came along with me.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
Come, my ugly friend. Let's go get a drink together.
All right, but you're buying then.
No
As we
problem.
walk, I'm like,
Let's go.
Alan, by the way, how did you get captured in any way? How did that happen?
Honestly, don't remember.
Too many beers, I guess.
We
Stumbled
were a
it.
little intoxicated, that is true.
I believe it was a trap. I can't remember seeing any people. But
But yeah.
there was a lot of drinking.
Don't worry
Traps,
about
tricky
it.
things. I know those
Hey,
traps.
great
Let's
idea.
go. Let's go get a drink, guys. This was good. I enjoyed. We're done. We win, we conquer, and now let's hit a drink.
Remember, don't get too excited. You've got a couple of days rest, and then I'll be sure to find you.
We're back.
Just a worthy note of information you may have seen on the outskirts of town. There's a carnival fair setting up. Might be somewhere you want to pop by and have a look later on. But for now,
Carnival fair.
I'll leave you to it. Yes, a fair.
Do you have a flyer by any chance?
I don't have one on me, but there's probably bound to be some in the tavern. That's normally where they dish them out.
Okay,
That
we'll
sounds
pick one up
good.
then. Come on,
That's right.
let's go. Drinks
We'll go
are
to
on
the
me.
tavern.
Drinks are on me, my friends. Drinks are on me. Let's go.
Tavern ho.
Yeah, guys, sorry, I don't mean to cut it off. I have to go. I'm sorry for cutting it short. I have to.
No, that's a problem.
Did
That's-
you meet the wench already?
No
You're going to the tavern? Where you
Thanks,
going?
guys. I really appreciate tonight.
problem. Take care.
Bye.
Have a
Take
nice
care.
day.
See you in a
Cheers,
day or two.
So I actually was going to stop it there anyway. So what I'll say is, you head over. The tavern is actually across the road from where the office is. So we'll say you head over into the tavern. As you sort of open the door and all pile in, you notice a very bustling tavern. The smell of food starts floating around the room. You see the smoke fire in the corner roaring away. There's a good 20 people sitting around, mostly to tables of about 3 or 4 per table. You see a couple of people sitting at the bar, drinking their ways. There's a kind of gambling going on one of the tables in the bottom corner. And behind the bar, you see a dwarf sitting there, sort of like polishing away at the desk, as well as a couple of humans walking in and out from the back, sort of getting fresh glasses in and bringing them out and everything else. And that's where we shall leave it for next
XP.
time. Okay, so yeah, we're going to round that up. We're going to have a little debrief session because it's probably not worth starting on anything else for now. Thank you everybody for watching and joining us. As I say every week, we are still learning in this, so this is part learning, part starting our adventure. So hopefully we will improve as time goes on and get things going. But I hope you all enjoyed it. Remember that we are here every Friday, so next Friday should be a normal one. I think everybody's still here for next Friday. We will continue the adventure. My bot is not on, which is part of the problem.
You know what?
I don't think it was that. I didn't. I knew there was one thing I should have started on while I told this, but yes, there's. Let me just quickly log in. I can't remember. I don't think Asylum is a command though. Might be.
I'll do my best to be here, but I can't make promises. Depends on how things go in Houston with Dad.
Okay, no problem.
I want to get some bowler so that if somebody runs away, I can chuck him and trip him up.
Don't you have ball bearings?
Yeah, I got the ball bearings, but he was dashing. That wouldn't work.
Okay, so yeah, we also on the Asylum channel, and between me and Alice is the other half. We also do obviously Star Citizen podcast on Mondays and many other things in between. So please make sure you go and give him a follow. I Like, if you have been watching this and you're not a regular, please give me a follow as well. We appreciate it. Any advice, you're welcome to do !Discord and jump on our Discord and join in with the D&D chat and let us know what you think. Any ideas, anything we did wrong. We are more than happy to have some advice and everything else. So yes, thank you very much for watching.
Okay.
And we appreciate it. Until
everybody.
Friday.
Just
Yeah,
looking here
yeah.
for 3 seconds. Okay, I forgot everything.
What's up? Sorry, bro. Kill.